Hello and welcome to your Level 5 unit on assessing your own leadership capability and performance. This is an ILM unit which can be studied accredited or non-accredited, and we will be discussing that later on in this introduction. My name is Lindsay Heeks and I will be your tutor throughout the duration of this particular course. This is video 1, and over the next few minutes I will run through the format of your course and what to expect. So in this video I will show you what will be covered in your unit, but before we do that, let's check you have everything you need. So you should have a workbook for the whole module, especially if you're studying this on an accredited pathway. But before we move on, let's establish what accredited and non-accredited means, because some of you will be studying this as accredited and some of you will be studying this as non-accredited. So accredited means it has a credit value and will include an assignment to be completed by yourselves. So if that assignment actually passes, which I'm sure it will then go towards a formal qualification. For example, the ILM Level 5 Award in Leadership and Management. However, you can study this unit as non-accredited. So what that means is you can take advantage of the lessons, the video lessons, the activities that are planned, but you won't have to complete the assignment that's associated with this particular unit. So accredited means there's an assignment that needs to be completed and goes towards a formal qualification, and non-accredited means that this is essentially a development course for you, so you're trying to develop your knowledge around a leadership and management topic. So if you have a workbook for the whole module, this means that you're studying this unit as an accredited qualification. If you don't have a workbook but wish to study this as an accredited unit, then please don't hesitate to contact myself. My details are on the first slide, but it's lindsay@professional-futures.com and I'll organise that accordingly for you. Also, along with this particular unit, you should also have a set of slides for each section so that you can go back and review at your leisure, and you will also have a video provided to you for each of these sections, and again you can go back and re-watch and re-listen to these videos as and when to suit you. So let's run through the specifics for this particular unit. So as we've already established, this unit is a level 5 unit. Okay, so all that means is that it's at a level that is equivalent to the second year of a degree programme. So just to put it into context, level 2 is equivalent to GCSE, level 3 A level, level 4 first year of a degree, level 5 second year of a degree, and level 6 final year of a degree. Okay, so it is quite a high-end unit that you will be studying. Okay, those of you that are studying this on the accredited route will see that this particular unit attracts a credit value of 6. Okay, so that means that it's worth quite a lot. So if you're interested in studying this as an award, a certificate or a diploma, for example, you would only need to study 1 more unit to achieve an award, and 2 more units to achieve a certificate, and approximately 4 to 6 units, dependent on what you pick, to achieve a diploma. Obviously, if you are interested in this, then just contact me. Now the next bit on this particular slide talks about guided learning hours, and what that means is that this unit attracts 15 guided learning hours. So all that means is that you should expect to be studying this unit for 15 hours. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean watching videos for 15 hours. That includes the activities that I've got planned for you. It also includes the additional reading that I've also got planned for you as well. Now, the aim of this particular course and unit is to develop your own understanding and ability to lead teams to achieve your organisational values and goals, as particularly required by practicing and potential middle managers. That doesn't mean to say that this isn't suitable for senior managers or for first line managers or anybody aspiring to be within a management or leadership position. It just means that this is pitched at a middle management level. Okay. Now, also on the right hand side, you'll see in the learning outcomes, and learning outcomes just means what is expected that you should be able to do once you've studied this particular unit. Okay, so learning outcome number 1 expects that you should be able to understand various leadership styles within a particular organisation, and ideally that would be yours. Learning outcome 2 expects that you should be able to review your own effectiveness and leadership capability and performance in meeting your organisational values and goals. Okay, and learning outcome 3 is about you being able to adopt an effective leadership style in order to motivate your own staff to achieve your organisational values and goals again. So in the previous slide we discussed your learning outcomes, and now we will focus on specifically what you will do in order to meet these outcomes, and these are known as assessment criteria. So if you see what I'm doing just now, I'm just going to highlight what I mean. Okay, so assessment criteria AC 1.1 is all about you reviewing the prevailing leadership style in the organisation. So ideally this would be within your own organisation, and I've highlighted that because review is a key verb that must be achieved in order for you to pass your assignment. So those of you that are studying this on the accredited route, review is one of the key verbs that you need to ensure you do when writing your assignment. So you need to ensure you review the prevailing leadership styles in the organisation. Okay, so in order to meet learning outcome number 1, which is understand leadership styles within an organisation, assessment criteria 1.1 requires that you review the leadership styles within the organisation. But also within that you will also need to assess the impact of the prevailing leadership styles on the organisation's values and performance. So again, I'm highlighting it for you here. So assessment 1.2, okay, assessment criteria 1.2 requires you to assess the impact of the prevailing leadership styles on the organisation's values and performance. So we will go into detail on this, but essentially what this requires, what this learning outcome requires of you, is first of all to check that you have an understanding of the leadership styles within your own organisation, and then secondly to assess, to compare, to make a judgment, if you like, on the impact of that leadership style or number of leadership styles within your own organisation on their values and their performance. So to help you understand the leadership styles within an organisation, in order to meet learning outcome number 1, remember, we have broken your course into 2 specific videos that will help you to meet those particular assessment criteria. So video number 2 which is the next one in this series, includes looking at the difference between leadership and management. And video number 3 looks at different leadership theories. So the next learning outcome that needs to be achieved in order to complete this particular unit on assessing your own leadership capability and performance is learning outcome number 2, and that ensures that you should be able to review your own effectiveness of your leadership capability and performance in meeting your own organisational values and goals. So in order to meet that learning outcome, there are 3 assessment criteria that will need to be met in order to achieve learning outcome number 2. So again, remember, those of you that are on the accredited route, these assessment criteria are vital for you to ensure that you pass this particular assignment. So as per the last couple of slides, I'll just highlight to you what your key verbs are here. Okay, so in assessment criteria 2.1, assess is the key verb within this particular criteria. So remember, assessing means to evaluate, to form an impression of, to make a judgment, if you like. So what you're doing in this particular criteria is you're assessing your own ability to apply different leadership styles in a range of situations. So you're making a judgment on your own ability. How good are you? How effective are you in applying these different leadership styles, or indeed are there areas for development? Okay, so that's assessment criteria 2.1. So again, assessment criteria 2.2 requires you to assess again. So within this, you are required to assess your own ability to communicate the organisation's values and goals to staff in your own area. So remember, again, you're kind of picking on yourself here. So you're looking at how effective you are, whether you're very good or whether there are areas for development and improvement. Okay, so you're forming a judgment on your own ability. Okay, and the last assessment criteria in order for you to meet learning outcome number 2 is assessment criteria 2.3, which again requires you to assess your own ability to motivate others and build commitment to your organisation's values and goals. Again, you're picking on yourself. You're looking at how good you are, or how much improvement you need to make in order to become more effective in these particular areas. And for this assessment criteria, it's all about you being able to motivate your team. So in order for you to be able to achieve learning outcome 2, which is all about you being able to review your own effectiveness of leadership capability and performance in meeting your organisational values and goals, we've broken this down into 5 particular videos that will help you to meet learning outcome number 2. So video number 4 looks at how to apply specific leadership theories within your own practices. Video number 5 examines leadership and the role of culture, so how important culture is within any particular organisation and how it affects leadership styles. Video 6 looks at motivation theories, and again how to apply those motivation theories within your own practices. Video 7 looks at organisational vision and objectives, and video 8 considers how to communicate your own organisational values and goals. So remember, there are 3 learning outcomes that need to be achieved for this particular unit, which is known as the assessing your own leadership capability and performance at level 5. within the ILM programme. Okay, so learning outcome number 3 requires that you should be able to adopt an effective leadership style to motivate staff to achieve your own organisational values and goals. Okay, so as I did with the other assessment criteria, you can see here I'm highlighting right now the assessment criteria 3.1, which is all about justifying. Okay, so to justify something is for you to be able to clarify your own point of view. Okay, to provide your opinion with reasons that explain how you arrived at that point of view or opinion. Okay, so for assessment criteria 3.1, you need to justify the most effective leadership style in order to motivate your own staff in your own area of responsibility, and this is all with an aim to achieve your organisation's values and goals. Okay, so in other words, you need to provide your opinion with reasons why you came to that conclusion. Okay, so again, assessment criteria 3.2 requires that you implement, okay, the most effective leadership style in order to motivate your own staff in your own area, again, of responsibility to achieve the organisation's values and goals. Okay, so implement means for you to put into place. Okay, so to put into practice, so rather than just talking about it, it requires that you actually put it into practice. Okay, so you should have worked out what the best motivational style is. Okay, and you should also be evidencing how you can put that into practice in order to motivate your staff. So in order for you to be able to achieve learning outcome number 3, which is all about you being able to adopt an effective leadership style to motivate your staff to achieve your own organisational values and goals. So for you to complete that and to achieve that, we've put together 2 videos that will help you meet learning outcome number 3. So video number 9 looks at creating effective motivational relationships within your teams, and video 10 examines emotional intelligence and the importance of emotional intelligence in terms of leadership effectiveness. And finally, within your unit of assessing your own leadership capability and performance, the last video that's provided within your suite is video number 11. And within video number 11, we will provide a summary of what we've studied, and I will provide you with some final checks and some top tips in order for you to be able to achieve your pass within the accredited route, but also some top tips to help you to become more effective leaders. I'm sure you will enjoy your study on this particular course, and I look forward to working with you over the next few hours or so, depending on how you choose to study this. Until the next video, which is video number 2, I'll leave you to it.